Today I'm going to talk about flat feet, why they're bad, why you want to correct them, and then I'm going to give you some tools as well as a follow along routine to do just that. What's going on, you guys? How you doing? It's Blake Bowman here with GuerrillaZen Fitness. Today's video is all about your foot and your ankle health and how this pertains to the rest of the body. All right, I'm going to talk about flat feet, what these are, what the damaging effects of having flat feet are, and then I'm going to give you some, some tangible tools that you can use as well as a follow along routine that you can use as a part of your arsenal to help correct this. To begin, your foot, all right, is supposed to have a natural arch in it like this. A flat foot occurs when the foot is flat, all right? A flat foot literally means that your foot is flat and the arch that's supposed to be there is simply not there. Why is this a bad thing in the first place? Well, when the foot is flat and the arch that's supposed to be there is not there, what this creates is an environment that allows for the ankles to pronate. Basically, if you're looking at your foot and your ankle from behind, right, you want to see a nice vertical alignment between the center of the heel bone, the calcaneus, and your Achilles tendon, right? They should be stacked right over each other vertically. If you draw a line from the center of the heel up, that should go right up the Achilles tendon, all right? If your ankle is pronating, what you're going to notice is that the Achilles tendon swoops in, okay? It curves in and the ankle itself rolls in like this. One way that you can assess yourself to see if you have pronating ankles is to simply take a photograph of your feet from behind and look at the relationship of the Achilles tendon to the center of the heel. So now we understand that a flat foot can lead to a pronating ankle. Why is having a pronating ankle bad? Well, basically, when the ankle pronates, rolls in, okay, what this causes is the knee on that side to move in, okay, the femur to adduct, be pulled towards the midline. It oftentimes drops the hip on the side with the pronating ankle down low, sending the other hip up high. And long story short, this just riddles your body with musculoskeletal imbalance that kind of zigzags in this asymmetrical pattern all the way up to your neck and your shoulders. It's in this way that the foot and ankle are very important for your biomechanics overall, all right? They directly can affect and impact knee issues, low back issues, upper back issues, neck issues, shoulder issues. Think of it like this. If you were a contractor or a builder or something like that, if you had a crack coming up the wall of your home, you'd be a novice builder or architect to blame the wall itself, right? Oh, there's something wrong with this drywall, it's defective. No. If you were experienced and knowledgeable, you would know that there's likely an issue with the foundation upon which the wall is resting, right? It's the foundation. That is what is creating the crack coming up the wall, all right? So you can focus on the wall all you want, right? Do corrective exercises for things up top, so on and so forth. But if you're not addressing the foundational issue that is creating the imbalance in the first place, you're just going to kind of be spinning your wheels and getting no results. At the very least, just kind of maintaining what you already have going on. So it's in this way, if you have shoulder issues, low back issues, hip issues, lateral pelvic tilt, and you're doing exercises for all these different areas, I would highly encourage you to also look at your foot and ankles, see what they're doing, right? If one of your ankles is pronating or both of them are, that's creating a lot of different, like I said, musculoskeletal imbalances. It gets quite complicated as to, how this manifests in the body, but what's really important, what I want to drive home to you, is the importance of understanding that your foot and ankle are at the base of your kinetic chain, all right? All of your joints of your body are stacked on top of each other. That's what the kinetic chain is. And the health of all of the joints above really rely on the joints and the structures below. And the ones that are most foundational are the most important. That's your foot and your ankle. All right, so now that I got that explanation out of the way, and hopefully you now understand the importance of your foot and ankle position, what I'm gonna do now is give you some tools that are really gonna help with this situation. The first tool that I really like to use is a product called the toe spacer. This is it, all right? It's just this little piece of rubber. You basically put this in between your toes, all right? And what this will do is it'll counteract a lot of the ill effects of wearing tennis shoes your whole life, all right? You kind of jam it between your toes like this. I'm using my hand as an example, but it spreads your toes out like that. That's what this does, okay? Shoes do the opposite, right? Dress shoes, even regular tennis shoes, sneakers, things like that, they have a narrow toe box oftentimes, and what they do is they cramp our toes in, all right? it takes our ability to kind of spread our toes out, which we're supposed to have healthy arch muscles, and it kind of smashes everything in, right? And it reduces and makes the surface area of your foot more narrow, all right? This is not good. It can really open the door to a lot of different foot and ankle issues. And really, it's shoes that are to blame for this, all right? So something like this is really cool to use just kind of all the time. I wear it all the time in my house when I'm training even as well. Think of these kind of like braces for your teeth, right? What do braces on your teeth do? Gradually over time, they pull your teeth into a more optimal position. Essentially, that's what these are doing for your toes, right? It's counteracting the damaging effects of wearing shoes your whole life, and it's allowing you to get more toe spread, all right? Which is gonna help the arch muscles fire and function a lot better, right? So something like this, really simple. It's kind of a systematic way to, you know, help address your foot and ankle health. It's really powerful. I've used a variety of these things in the past. This is my favorite brand. It's called the Toe Spacer, right? I've included a link to this on my website in the description down below. The second thing on the list is going to be a golf ball or a small little massage ball like this, approximately the same diameter as a golf ball. What you can do with something like this is put it on the ground and roll the arch of your foot out daily, all right? And I'm gonna show you how to use something like this in part of the routine that I'm gonna show you in a minute. But basically, you use this, put it on the ground, roll your foot back and forth on it like this. And what this is gonna do is multiple things, right? It's gonna help to mobilize the bones in your feet, kind of reawaken the muscles and the fascia in your foot and help your feet come alive again, right? We stick our feet in these rubber coffins all day. We lose a lot of sensation, you know, mobility of the small bones in the foot, and shoes cause a variety of other issues, okay? This helps to loosen up the fascia, mobilize the bones, like I said, reawaken the muscles in there. And one thing you'd really need, that's important to understand, is if muscles are chronically locked up and tight and contracted, they can become functionally weak, all right? So basically, if your foot muscles and the fascia in there is real tight and stiff, it can be weak due to that. It can flatten because of that. And that can basically lead to the pronated ankles, okay? So something really simple and effective that you can do every day is just roll your feet out for about 30 seconds on each side. Again, I'll show you how to do that specifically once I get into the routine later on in this video. The last tool that I want to share with you is minimalist shoes, right? So I've talked about minimalist shoes for years. I partner with Xero shoes. They're my favorite brand of minimalist shoes. I made a whole video about them back in 2017, but basically a minimalist shoe has a wide toe box, all right? The sole is minimal as well, meaning that there's not a lot of support in this, okay? It forces the intrinsic muscles of your foot to turn on and reawaken when you wear something like this, right? And I actually wear my toe spacers while I'm wearing something like this because of the wide toe box, right? So I wear the toe spacers kind of all the time when I'm training. I train with these shoes on. And basically, there's just a lot of synergy between the toe spacers and these shoes, okay? Like I said, these shoes will help to get the intrinsic muscles of the foot firing again, help to strengthen up the foot itself, all right? Wearing it with the toe spacers just gives you added benefit, all right? With regards to using the toe spacers with other shoes, I wouldn't recommend using them with other shoes, okay? Other shoes that are not minimalist don't have that wide toe box. They're gonna kind of constrain your toes, and if you have the toe spacers on, pushing them into the sides of the shoes, that's not gonna feel comfortable, all right? So if you do have minimalist shoes, you can experiment with using the toe spacers in these, minimalist shoes. Don't use it with regular shoes. Lastly, too, if you're going to use minimalist shoes and you're not used to doing stuff barefoot, you just have worn traditional sneakers or tennis shoes your whole life, gradually ease into using the minimalist shoes, all right? Don't just switch overnight and wear them exclusively. Ease yourself into it, right? Maybe wear them for like 1 day a week and then maybe 2 days a week, okay? It can kind of be a shock to your body if you just switch to a minimalist shoe like overnight like that. So ease your way into it. If you're looking for a place to get Xero shoes, check out their website using my affiliate link. It's in the description down below. Just open up the description. You'll see minimalist shoes there. Click that link. That will take you over to their website where you can check out all their products. All right, so now I'm gonna show you a little routine that you can go through. This will take like 5 minutes to do every day, and it's gonna be very advantageous to helping correct this issue, okay? I want you to keep in mind there are a lot of different exercises that you can do for flat feet and pronated ankles. I've showed many of them in the past in previous videos that I made. I'm going to show you some new ones today, some heavy hitting ones. I'm going to demonstrate them all with the toe spacer on. And yeah, like I said, you can just do this routine every day. If you're going to do nothing else, at least commit to doing this. This will be very, very powerful in helping to correct this issue. The first thing that we're going to do is roll out the foot using the golf ball or the small massage ball. All right, what you want to do is kind of focus on going from the ball of the big toe to the heel, and then you want to move one, toe in, go from the ball of that toe to the heel, the ball of the next toe to the heel. Keep doing that until you do all 5 toes as they come down to the heel, all right? Spend about 30 seconds doing this, rolling back and forth, basically from the balls of all of your toes to the heel. That'll hit all of the fascial lines in the foot and really help to, like I said earlier, reawaken those foot muscles, mobilize the bones, and loosen up some of that fascia in there, and basically help actually prepare it for strengthening, which we'll do in a second here. But do this for about at least 30 seconds on each foot. The next thing that we're going to do is some isometric arch strengthening, all right? To do this, you can get 2x4s, you can get a stack of books, 2 books that are approximately the same thickness. You can use yoga blocks, anything to kind of elevate your feet and basically perform this exercise the way I'm going to show you here in a second. What you want to do is stand with the ball of your big toe and the ball of your pinky toe on one board or yoga block, and you want your heel to be on another one. So there's space in between the two. And basically what I want you to think about doing as you're doing this is pulling the ball of the big toe towards the heel, all right? You should feel those arch muscles in your foot really start to come alive, awaken, and contract as you're doing this, okay? And you're basically just gonna hold this position isometrically for at least 30 seconds. You can do 2 sets of this for 30 seconds. You can work your way up to it. You might find that you're not able to do this at all, when you're first doing it. Maybe you can only do it for like 5 seconds. Work your way up, all right? It's isometric, you're just holding this position. A couple things to keep in mind. You wanna keep that ball, okay, of the big toe, the ball of the pinky toe, you wanna keep a lot of pressure in those, as well as in the heel. So there's 3 points of contact basically for your foot where you wanna have most of your weight distributed as you're doing this, okay? The ball of the ball of the big toe, the ball of the pinky toe, and the heel, okay? So it's like a triangle, all right? You don't wanna be gripping your toes too hard when you're doing this either, okay? So really think about, like I said, drawing the ball of the big toe towards the heel, okay, as you're doing this. Also be mindful of what the ankle is doing, right? If you notice that it has the propensity to roll in and pronate, consciously correct that as you're doing this isometric exercise. All right, supinate it a little bit, which means kind of roll it the other way until that ankle's in a more neutral position. The more time you can spend in a neutral position with regards to the foot and ankle, the more you're going to be reinforcing that and helping your body default to that on an ongoing basis. Always remember the phrase, neurons that fire together, wire together, all right? So anytime you're doing any exercise in a pronated position, you're reinforcing that in your neurology and in your movement patterns, all right? So when you're taking time right now to do this exercise to correct it, really make sure that you're mindful of keeping weight in those 3 corners of the foot, the ball of the big toe, the ball of the pinky toe, and the heel. And also make sure that your ankle is not pronating, okay? Kind of supinate it. Take it the opposite direction of pronation if you have the propensity for it to roll in, and maintain that position, okay? As soon as you can't maintain that position, the ankle wants to pronate it again, stop doing the exercise, okay? And keep doing this until you get better and better at doing it. The last one that I'm going to show you is actually one of the easiest ones, and these are just going to be seated, flexed knee, ankle supinations, all right? Sit down, put your feet on the ground, okay? Your knee should be bent, and what you're going to do is, similar to the exercise with the books or the boards or the yoga blocks, you're going to keep weight in those 3 corners of the foot, all right? And what you're going to do is you're simply going to roll your ankle the opposite direction of pronation. Remember, pronation is when it rolls in, okay? We're going to roll it out. We're going to supinate it, all right? Gently until it's in a neutral position, okay? Try not to grip the toes too hard as you do this. Do one side at a time. We're going to shoot for about, 15 reps on each side. Do at least 1 or 2 sets of this, okay? Do one side at a time. Really focus on this. Again, try not to grip the toes too hard. Try to think about pulling the ball of the big toe towards the heel as you kind of roll that ankle out back into a more neutral position. There you have it, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I put a lot into this one, so if you did like it, give me a like down below. Let me know what you want me to make videos on in the future. The last thing I want to say is, if you need help correcting your own muscle imbalances, postural misalignments, mobility, flexibility issues, you're kind of overwhelmed with all of the information on YouTube, you're not sure which exercises apply to you, which exercises don't, you haven't really gotten a lot of help from other professionals that you've seen, then you'd probably be a good fit for my coaching program, okay? That's what I do as a coach. I help my clients basically find out their musculoskeletal imbalances, their postural misalignments, mobility, flexibility, muscle imbalances, so on and so forth. And then I design customized corrective exercise routines that are specific for them to help them fix these things. So if you want me to be your coach, open up the description down below, click the link there that says coaching. That will take you over to a page on my website where you can apply. And if you're gonna make a good fit after I review your form, I'll personally reach out to you so that we can schedule a call to discuss your needs. If you're looking for another place to apply for my coaching, you can do so over there. If you are not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can do so over here. And if you want to see more exercises about flat feet, stuff that I've made on this topic in the past, check out this over here. That's it for today. We'll see you next time.